Are you already thinking about your game week 13 transfers? Here are the top transfer tips, knee-jerk transfer tips for game week 13. Let's get into them.
Yo, listen up, Rue is stepping up the game. Where fantasy Premier League runs in his veins. From transfers to captains, he's always on top. Guiding you through every game week non-stop. They say Rue got that Salah flow. Welcome to the channel, enjoy the show. Wild cards, free hits with so much vibe. If you're hunting for success, then make sure you subscribe.
Good day, mate. Welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Root and welcome back to another FPL video. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at the top transfer tips that you might be making earlier on before the game week 13 deadline. They are knee-jerk ones, so we'll be doing another transfer tips video next week. But for now, these are some of the players that have performed well in game week 12, and a lot of people are bringing in. First up though, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before game week 13, and that'll be incredible to do as early as possible. And like this video too, as it really does help me out. First up though, we've got Saliba, so a player that did really well in game week 12. So he got a goal, 9 points. Yeah, fantastic to get a goal from a defender. Obviously, it would have been nice to get a clean sheet for owners, but I'm sure a lot of people can't complain with a goal from their 5.4 million defender who has just gone up in price. So he was a little bit less. He is over 28% owned. For me, I think he is a really good option for the next few game weeks. So if we look at it, the next few fixtures, so Brentford away. Yes, that can be a tough game, don't get me wrong, but Arsenal's away form has actually been pretty good this season. Wolves at home, a tough away game to go to, but again, Arsenal at home in this game, so you got to fancy them to keep a clean sheet in that one. Luton away, really good game, and then they've got Villa and Brighton, so a little bit tougher. For me though, Arsenal defense has been obviously not the best, but I think they've been pretty solid this season. If we just look at Saliba, in total as well, Saliba has actually got a goal and an assist as well, so he is chipping in, I'd say, with a few attacking returns, and he probably should have got another goal in that game week 12 game against Burnley, to be honest. Yes, they have not kept the most clean sheets, so obviously kept a clean sheet against Sheffield United at home, then they kept a clean sheet against Man City, against Bournemouth, against Everton, and against Crystal Palace. So some of the, I'd say, easier teams, obviously not Man City, but other than that, some of the easier teams. And they do have some of the easier teams in the next kind of few game weeks. So for me, I think Arsenal defender is a good option for the next few game weeks. If you had to choose though, so a lot of people, this is a big debate in the community at the moment. So Gabriel, Ben White. We've seen Gabriel and Ben White actually be rested / potentially injured. Ben White, everyone thought was the key option to go for. He was the essential one that was nailed. But obviously in this last game, we've seen that even he is not nailed. Yes, it did come out saying he had a muscle injury, and he probably will be back for game week 13. But for me, that is a bit suspicious, if you ask me. Ben White has started every other game this season, so you could say that it was actually an injury, but for me, I'm not too sure. At 5.8 million, I don't see him being an option when you can get Saliba for less. Yes, you could argue Ben White's a little bit more attacking, but this season hasn't seen that. They've both got a goal, they've both got an assist. So for me, I think Saliba definitely is a better option than Ben White. Gabriel is a tricky one. I know a lot of people did bring him in, and then he got benched in game week 10, but he has started the next two games after that. And for me, I think he is the starting centre-back for Arsenal. Yes, no attacking returns at the moment, but we've seen from last season, from seasons before, he can get on the end of things. In the 21-22 season, he got 5 goals. Let's even go back before that. In the 2021 season, he got 2 goals. 21-22 season, he got 5 goals. And last season, he got 3 goals. So some really good returns in terms of goals. And even the clean sheets, 14, 13 in the last 2 seasons, clean sheets. So for me, Gabriel does look like a really good option. Whether you want the headache, though, of him potentially being benched, even though I don't think he will, there is always that chance, as we've seen in game week 10, and it was a clean sheet as well, which is annoying. With Saliba, I don't think you have that headache at all. I think Saliba is a guaranteed start. So it's kind of up to you if you want to pay 6.6 million more for that, for the ease of mind, basically. For me, normally I'd say yes, but with the amount of cheap, good cheap defenders there are at the moment, I'd probably just take the risk and go for Gabriel. He didn't come on when he was benched in game week 10, which is great. So your bench player can come on. And when he was benched in game week 1 to game week 3, he came on for 4 minutes in game week 1, 20 minutes in game week 2, and not at all in game week 3. So it is a 50-50 split of did he come on, did he not come on when he's been benched. For me, if you want ease of mind, go Saliba. If not, I think Gabriel is the slightly better option, and you're saving 0.6 million. So next up, we've got another defender. We've got Slabhead, Harry Maguire, 4.3 million, only 2% owned. So a few people have bought him in over the last 2 game weeks, and yeah, they've done so well. As a manager that has kept Onana in my team, I am very happy with the last 2 clean sheets. He's got me. Man United kept 2 clean sheets last time out against Luton and against Fulham. So yeah, really happy with that. And Maguire started both games, and he's got 7 and 6 points. So for me, I think Maguire is actually a decent option if you are looking for a cheap, maybe bench rotation option for your team. He has started. Last time he didn't start was game week 7, but he started and played 90 minutes since game week 7. So game week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think he will keep his place now. I think there's just a lot going on in terms of injury, in terms of politics at Man United, in terms of the defense. I know Erik ten Hag came out and said that Varane wasn't suited tactically to the game, which is incredible, as he's a, whatever it is, 3-time Champions League winner. He's a World Cup winner. For me, that is just an odd statement to come out with. But anyway, Harry Maguire, good fixtures, I say, coming up. Everton away. Yes, that does look good. Even though Everton have come back with a bit of form at the moment, and they do look a much better side than they did earlier on in the season. Newcastle away will be tough. Chelsea at home could be tough. Then they've got Bournemouth at home. But let's just remember, you're not going to be playing Harry Maguire every week. The key thing is, though, this week he's got a pretty good fixture, whereas everyone else has a really tough fixture. Maybe Man United and Arsenal out of the big teams probably had the best fixture this week. So Brentford away for Arsenal and Everton away for Man United. Man City play Liverpool, Tottenham play Villa, Chelsea play Newcastle. So the other teams have got tougher fixtures. So he could be maybe a player that you play in game week 13, that you play in game week 16, and so on, and play when you kind of can target them easier fixtures. In terms of overall Man United, I think we can expect not very good performances from them, but you just got to kind of hope that they do grind out results. Maguire's already got 1 assist this season, which I guess is good, and he can get his head on things. So for me, if you are looking for a player that is, I just don't rely on him to start in your team. I don't think he's that good of an option, but to have someone sitting on your bench to come in when you need him, and who knows, Man United could turn things around. Well, to be honest, they're the best informed team in the last 5 game weeks. So I don't know why I keep saying this, but I mean, your eyes speak louder than results. They've won the last 4 of the last 5 game weeks. Only lost coming at Man City or against Man City. So for me, I think Maguire is a very good option at 4.3 million, and I'll probably get him in if you are looking for a player around that price. Next up, we're going to the midfield. So Eze, the Palace midfielder, is back from injury now. So he was injured for a few game weeks actually, and to be honest, he started off the season very, very poorly, which saw a lot of people take him out. So he actually blanked up until game week 4. He scored a goal. Then he blanked up until game week 7, where he got an assist, and then after that he blanked. So he's only got a goal and assist up until the last 2 game weeks, where he's got a goal and assist in the last 2 game weeks. But they were against Everton at home and Burnley away. So some of the easier fixtures, even though, like I said, Everton have been putting better performances in. Having said that, 2 goals, 2 assists this season. He has missed 3 game weeks, so with injury, so that is something to take into consideration. But you are really looking at him for the next 3 fixtures only. He is 6.1 million, so he does come in around that Matoma kind of price bracket, that Mbuemo sort of price bracket. maybe even someone like James Ward-Prowse price bracket. So you can look at them in that sort of area. For me though, the next three fixtures look incredible for Palace: Luton away, West Ham away, yes, two away games, and Bournemouth at home. So Luton and Bournemouth, you're going to be really, really good fixtures for them. But after that, their fixtures do turn. They've got Liverpool, City, Brighton, Chelsea, Brentford, Arsenal. So some of the tougher fixtures. And for that reason, although I do think Eze is a good option, and if I was maybe on a wild card, I'd have him in for three fixtures and take him out. But to bring in just for three fixtures, I'm not too sure I'd do that, considering then potentially there is a blank for Man City and Brentford in game week 18, so you kind of want to save your transfers for that. So for me, I'm not too sure it's worth it for a 3 game week punt, but if you're on a wild card, then I would be bringing in Eze for the next 3 game weeks. So another midfielder, we go on to, well, he's classed as a midfielder, but I'd probably see him more as a forward. But yeah, he is classed as a midfielder, is the Welsh wizard, Brennan Johnson. So a player that did come in the summer from Forest to Spurs. Didn't really start. He had a bit of an injury the first few game weeks, but obviously he played for Forest in the first few game weeks. But even after that, when he did come in and play for Spurs, he looked actually pretty good. Then Richarlison started coming back in the team, started doing pretty well. And for that reason, he wasn't really an option. But Richarlison is now injured. So Richarlison is out until early December, so another few weeks at least. Solomon and his other, I guess, threat for that spot, that left wing spot, which is where he's been playing at the moment, the 9th of December. So again, another few weeks. Perisic is out probably for the season, or at least until January. So for me, there's no other option there on the left. They could obviously play Son on the left, but there's no one to play up front. So for me, Brennan Johnson is guaranteed in that spot. At 5.8 million, I think he is a really, really good option in terms of price and guaranteed to start. The only thing I take into consideration is the fixtures and the injuries and suspensions for Spurs. So let's look at the fixtures first. So Villa at home, yes, better to play Villa at home than it is to play Villa away, as Villa Park is a fortress at the moment. Man City away, obviously tough. West Ham at home, a derby. Newcastle at home, tough. So really tough for next 4 fixtures, I think personally. And without Maddison, without Basuma the next game as well, as he has picked up his 5th yellow card and will be suspended. Without Romero, Van der Ven, Udogie should be back though. For me, I just think it's too risky going for a player like Brennan Johnson at this current moment when Spurs are kind of in limbo. They have a lot of injuries. They've got a mixed match team. For me, I'd probably hold off getting Johnson until after them 4 fixtures and then kind of reevaluate. If you don't have Son though, I think that's a completely different story. I think the way I'm talking is I wouldn't have both Son and Johnson. If you can even go maybe Son to Johnson, yes, it's not anywhere near the same ability of player or the same FPL asset, but you're saving so much money by doing that. And I think Johnson will get goals over this next run. I'm just not sure I really want to double up on that Spurs just in case they can't find that creativity without Maddison. Overall, though, if you are looking for a punt, he's 0.4% owned, so virtually no one owns him. Fixtures are not that good either, so I'm not sure many people will be rushing to bring him in. And he did score last time out, so he's actually got a really, really decent return this season. 1 goal, 1 assist, considering he hasn't really played that many games, and they were obviously the last 3 games as well. So where he's only started, he started. Well, it's a tough one to explain this one, but he started 2 of them, but obviously he came off against Chelsea because of the red card. So technically, he started 2 of them and he's got 2 returns. But really, he only started 1 of them in my eyes because he only played 33 minutes against Chelsea. So definitely a player you should consider. But if you have Son, I just wouldn't go there. So big Dom Solanke is next on the list, the Bournemouth forward, a player that done really, really well in game week 12 with a massive, massive haul of 13 points. He got 2 goals. And he's, a player that's caught a lot of people's eye. Yes, I actually do like the look of Dom Solanke, but if you kind of look at the stats, 6 goals, 1 assist this season for Bournemouth, it's actually not too bad. And Bournemouth had some shocking fixtures, to be honest, to start the season. Obviously, we're getting towards the period where everyone's played everyone, but for me, I feel like Bournemouth have played some very, very tough teams in the first 13. So they played West Ham, Liverpool, Spurs, Brentford away, Chelsea, Brighton away, Arsenal at home, City away, and Newcastle. So for me, that is very, very tough. There's no kind of easy fixtures in that run. Yes, there were a few in between that, but to get 6 goals out of that running, I think is really, really good. And with the next few fixtures for Bournemouth, Sheffield United away, Villa at home, Palace away, United away, Liverpool, Luton at home, Forest away, Fulham at home. So some really, really good fixtures there. And we know Duncan Solanke can get on the score sheet. He can get assists too, and he should be on penalties. So 6.4 million, 2.5% owned, so massive differential. I think if you're looking for, I don't want to say Watkins replacement, as Watkins shouldn't probably be replaced just yet. But if you are had enough of Watkins and you are looking to maybe save a bit of money there to upgrade someone else, I think Solanke could be a good option. If you've got Alvarez, say, and you want to do the switch, not for me. I think Alvarez is starting still most weeks. He's chipping in with goals and assists. Yes, he's not kind of prolific, but for the price point, you need to remember that he is actually doing pretty well. If we actually just compare both of them, so like I said, Solanke just got the 13-point haul. He's got 6 goals and 1 assist this season. He's virtually nailed to start, nailed to play 90 minutes as well, to be honest. Whereas Alvarez, okay, you could argue that he's not nailed to play every single game, but this season he has started every single Premier League game. So let's just take that out of the picture. Yes, he might come off a bit early, but really he's getting at least 70, 80 minutes, if not 90 minutes, most games. His returns, yes, only 4 goals, but he's got 6 assists as well. So he does chip in with assists more than Solanke. In terms of points, Alvarez has managed to get 66 points, whereas Dom Solanke, we'll just get that up now. Dom Solanke is 56. So it is close, 10 points difference. But for me, I would rather Alvarez, and especially with City's fixtures starting to clear up now. Yes, they did have tough fixtures, but they're starting to get a little bit better. Obviously, they've got Liverpool at home and then Spurs at home next, but City at home are just really, really good. So I'm not too stressed about that. And especially with Spurs' injuries, who knows what could happen there. Villa away, again, Villa are really good at home, so that could be tough. But then they've got Luton and Palace at home. So for me, if you have Alvarez, I'd probably stick. If you've had enough of Watkins, then fair enough. And you want to save the money, maybe do it. But for me, it just all depends on your team. If he can be a third striker as well, that could be an option. It just kind of all depends on your team. But I do like him for the next 3. That is definitely true. If you've liked this video, please smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and leave a comment below who are your transfers for game week 13, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.